The trend of getting a BBL, which is a Brazilian butt lift where they inject fat cells into the butt to make it look bigger, seems to have a downward trend since there seems to be a smelly situation. Was a secret up until this point. So let's see, is there a BBL smell, or is it just your imagination and you just cannot accept that you're not as good looking as the woman with the big butt?
So this is part 2 on why I had to get my BBL surgically removed. So in part 1, I was telling y'all how my sit down air was stinking real bad, and it got to the point to where I had to carry around a bottle of air freshener or a bottle of perfume, because when I would use public restrooms, it would stink so bad and the smell would linger. It was like an embarrassment.
Seriously, can you imagine going through that? You cannot go anywhere without people smelling your butt. And of course, you have to pretend that you were born this way, so you cannot explain anything. This is sad.
I didn't want to come out the bathroom with it smelling like that and someone else was waiting at the door. When I say that BBL really ruined my life, I even lost my boyfriend behind it. He was telling me the whole time, like, you're stinking real bad down there and I can't stomach it. I'm in denial, like, no, you're hating, you're mad, I got a BBL. It was the truth. It got to the point to where I would be washing my laundry, weekly, like I've been doing before I got the BBL. When I would get my laundry out of the dryer, it would still smell like that raw eating flesh. I really was like, so this one day, me and my boyfriend, we getting ready, to do something.
And if you think, no, that cannot be real, I mean, she must be doing this just for views. Well, there are more people who are talking about it.
A year.
Yeah. Talk about the smell.
Whoa. What are we talking about? The smell?
Shit. I don't even want to talk about
it.
She brought it up.
I smelled it.
You mean like in the healing process or whatever?
Yes. That shit gonna make you pass over. Yeah. You gonna throw up today.
So yes, you can see people are willingly going through it to achieve a look which is not natural by injecting fat into your butt. With basically simple exercise, you can achieve the same look but even better, because rather than it will be some kind of bouncy up and down fat in your butt, you can make it into some muscle. That would be a better idea. In this next clip, the expert will give some description of what is going on with the BBL smell nowadays.
So there's not a smell from the surgery specifically, but after surgery, it's hard to wipe down there. So if you do number 2 and you don't clean well, then you might have a smell.
So can we say that this is where the smell is coming from? Because you cannot reach down there and you got some poop sitting there for longer than it should be, and that is how it is created? YouTube, please tell me what happened. Why are we normalizing this? Who the hell thinks this is attractive? This is a bunch of fat in your butt and everybody wants to lose weight. Why can't we just respect the fact that people who are exercising daily, doing the muscle training, they get butts like this, right? But you want to imitate it by injecting fat into your butt. I don't understand it at all. And now it stinks too.
Yeah, those BBLs be stinking. So you guys may have seen this online that BBL smells is trending. And there are a lot of reasons for that smell, but I think that I will tell you guys a story about a girl that I dated, and I took her out, and she had a BBL. Her body looked crazy good. Like, she had it done right. Her whole body looked amazing. So we linked up, and we went out, had a really good time. We went to a Lakers game and then went to a spot by LA Live and had some dinner, had a really good time. And so she was like, so what you trying to do? I was like, yeah, let's go back to my place and relax, have a nightcap and see where it takes us. So we drive back to my spot. And so light the candles, get the music going, open up a bottle of champagne, and we sitting there and we having a nice vibe. And, we started getting into it and everything, and clothes started to come off. And she wanted to give me a little show. So she was like, just stand right there. And so like she took off everything very seductively and got on my bed and started twerking that thing, right? And I was like, what the hell? Because at this point, she got nothing on. And I smelled this smell and it hits my nose. The shit was like a assault of my nose. I'm like, what the hell? And so I'm like, baby, not to be rude, but I know we had a long day. You're not smelling that fresh down there. I think you need to get into the shower and go ahead and freshen up. And she looked at me so embarrassed. I did it as gently.
And he was just being honest, but honestly, underneath, this is exactly what it looks like, a bunch of fat. Who thinks this is attractive? Let me know in the comments.
I've been hearing a lot about BBL smell, and I got a BBL, so I'm going to tell you how it smells. You do smell like hospital, as Mary Cosby would say, for a little while afterwards while you're leaking. I felt like it smelled like IV fluid.
Which is, of course, the most normal thing in the world, to put your body under a lot of stress and, just cut it open and inject some fat into it like it's nothing. You know the complications that you can get from surgery. You shouldn't want to willingly go through this.
And arnica gel, which is my nightmare. But once you're done leaking, you don't really smell. However, wearing the same faja every day will make you smell, so just buy 2. That's what I did. And then your foam boards that you have to like stuff into your faja, you just buy packs of those and just throw them away when they start being gross. Also, life hack, if you're getting a BBL, buy a shower curtain and then put like chucks on top of it, like they look like doggy potty pads. Okay, you put that on top, so then if you leak, it doesn't get onto your bed or anything, and it's easy to throw away when you're
Those BBLs be stinking. BBL smell.
The BBL smell is trending on social media, but what is it?
And it could be like 2 or 3 BBL baddies, and you wondering like who the hell got cheesy fries? You know, like who got their socks out? You know, something don't smell right.
So why would getting a BBL make you potentially smell bad? There are a lot of theories being thrown out there.
When women have liposuctions and BBLs, about 3 weeks later, all the way up to 3 weeks later, they have excretions, actually grease, that comes out of their body, and it has a putrid smell.
It's normal to get a little bit of drainage from having liposuction or a BBL for a few days after surgery, but putrid smell after 3 weeks tells me you've got an infection. That is not normal.
When you get a BBL, your ass is so rock hard. Like, I could barely get toilet paper and like a hand between my butt cheeks.
But you gotta understand, it's like physics. If you was a chick that was like 150, right? 150 pounds, and then you got a BBL. So the BBL made you probably like 170, 180. You're not used to that go around. You feel me?
So is the BBL smell fact or is it cap? It is cap. Now, immediately after surgery, maybe you're a bit sore, maybe it's a little hard to clean back there, but otherwise, there's nothing about having had a BBL surgery that's gonna make you smell bad.
Well, I am sorry, but this is not what I heard her say. She said that she was having trouble with that for a very long time. She even broke up with her boyfriend. Or, I'm sorry, her boyfriend broke up with her because he couldn't stand the smell. So, what's up with this misinformation?
And I feel like one of the things that maybe girls in America are having these complications, it's because of proper time for recovery. Recovery is not just wearing a faja and having massages 2 months after you get the procedure. It's recovery implies working out, eating right, no alcohol for at least 3 months after your procedure, not having intercourse, and all of these things that you need to be doing after your procedure. And I blame the doctors. I don't blame the girlies. One of the things that I've been noticing is that a lot of the doctors here in the United States, or when you go abroad to get the procedures, they will let you travel within a couple of days after your procedure. That's just not okay. Even if you feel better, does not mean that your body has healed completely.
And she is claiming that it is because you did not take proper care or you did not recover well enough. And that is the problem. But there is a BBL smell indeed. So I hope that we have found out the truth behind the BBL smell. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. That is the best way to support this channel.